Russell Wilson, some people would describe him as a psycho, maybe for different reasons.
Yeah.
He had 4 drives. So he played in the preseason already. He didn't play in the preseason. Pete looked this up.
I know. I was like, I thought he played
all
a little last year. I forgot he didn't play at all.
Which surprised you because, new situation, new team. You thought you'd want to get him out there and play. And so he did here. 4 drives, 7 of 13, 93 yards. Did have a touchdown. Did have a sack. Let me see here.
They missed 2 field goals. So he had his 2 drives. His what I want to say his second and third drives were field goal drives, and they missed them. So that's a little concerning.
And one of the things that you said, what Sean Payton's going to do, you predicted this on a podcast, a Denver podcast, and it came true. In free agency, you're like, he's going to beef up that offensive line. And they did. They signed Mike McGlinchey, Ben Powers. They got Garrett Bowles coming back. So they should have a pretty good offensive line.
Yeah.
But in this game, he was under some pressure. Plug and Play 16 says, hey, Chris and Ahmed and Pete, just wanted to get your thoughts on how pathetic Denver's offensive line looked. Russ was pressured 64% on 13 dropbacks. Sean Payton has his work cut out for him.
Yeah, it is. But they're learning a new offense, new rules. No McGlinchey out there for this game, right? Jonathan Gannon and he's probably got a few things they weren't prepared for. That's where it's like, don't look into it too deep, okay? They're going to worry about basics and running the football and physicality first. They'll get pass protected. I don't doubt that. Sean Payton, he's never lets his quarterback get exposed that way. He won't let that happen. So I'm not really concerned with that. The thing that jumped out to me is you could tell running the football is going to be a thing. They're not going to just let it be the Russell Wilson show. As much as I'm even sitting there going, I want to see Russell throw the ball more. I want to see Russell.
Yeah.
They were going to stay with the run. He's going to instill this toughness in this football team, and part of that is part of the rebuilding of Russell Wilson that you brought up. The other big thing is Russell Wilson lost a ton of weight. He looks totally different. His inner thighs don't rub together anymore, as I told Mike Florio today, and he laughed. He has a different look about him. He is quicker and faster, and he was more decisive with decision-making. And, as we said during the quarterback rankings in the spring, his arm is still elite. And I think it even looks quicker. Like Sean Payton's been on him about, hey, quicken your release, stop this windmill all the time and all that. And I could see that. So I was encouraged with what I saw from Russell Wilson. And, yeah, it should have been more points than what they had. Jerry Jeudy dropped a big pass in one moment. That got him. But I think all in all, it was positive.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious to see, kind of his relationship with some of those receivers and if they can finally live up to their potential. But it's all good. Like you mentioned before, even the bad is good in preseason. You want the bad right now. It's like yelling at your kids when they're in the comfort of their own home, right? You want them to get yelled at here so then when they go out in the real world, they know how to act.
Definitely. I think some of that is like it's almost sometimes like it's deliberate.
Yeah.
Let's call this basic here so we look like shit and I have more reason to coach them up tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
There's definitely some of that. But I think the Broncos, that offense, they're going to be tough. I'd be shocked if they aren't with Sean Payton, and I think we're going to see a big-time bounce back here from Russell Wilson. Yo, thanks for watching, homies. I appreciate it. As always, the NFL season is right around the corner, so now it's your turn to hit subscribe to Chris Simms Unbuttoned. If you want to get all the training camp battles, preseason film review, playoff predictions, and much, much more, you know where to find it. It's right here, Chris Simms Unbuttoned. Please subscribe. Thanks again for watching. Peace out, homies. See you soon.